Well, while you're making your way up to the castle, I guess I'll just keep killing these guys at the castle entrance. Man, starting off as a wretch is hard, man. Like, your stats are trash. And the hardest thing is, like, not having a shield to help you out. So what? This game of the month is Doki Doki Literature Club. You said what, bro? I'm gonna be real with you. I wish that we could mod like on PlayStation, but it's just because I'm a huge pervert and I just want to like just mod just Melina with just the fattest honkers and the thickest thighs. Be like, yeah, you can be my finger maiden. Just know that I'm gonna require more than just power from the herb trees from you, girl. Require some of that ass. Ah! I'm just getting me some more souls so I can have a little bit more strength. Damn, my longsword isn't long enough. I'm at the gate, you know, like where you go to fight Margit first. Hold on a second, bro. Oh. Yeah, like you know where that explosive crossbow is. Damn. Quinn, you calling me right as I'm about to I'm fighting these niggas. Hold on a second. Bro, quit hiding behind your shield, bro. No, not Arquin. Oh yeah, Arquin. You know, from his. Yeah. Hold on a second. God dang it. Hold on a second. Call him back real quick. Hey bro, sorry, you called me like right when I was in the middle of a fight on Elden Ring. Yeah, I'm on the Elden Ring with Hexer right now. Well, we just restarted, so we're about to go fight freaking Margit. But I was just taking out care of some NPCs while he's making his way up here. Dude, so I finally fired Nathan. Yeah, like dude, he did not take that shit well at all. Yeah, dude. So like, you remember how I told you we hired that tranny or whatever? Huh? So like, so they called me like literally that morning and told me it's like, oh yeah, I'm in jail right now. I'm like, bruh, are you fucking kidding me? So they couldn't make it into the shift. So I was just like, bruh, okay. So I got Dion to cover her place at the guard shack, and I got Mr. Broom to actually stay over. And like I called Chris, and Chris got in contact with Tania, and he was trying to get her to go ahead and send me the money for it because it's just like $200 bill in Memphis and shit, right? So they basically told me, well, we can't help it out because Brad didn't approve it because he doesn't think it's our responsibility to bail her out. I'm like, well, yeah, but she works, the PA1 location, and the only other person that knows how to work that is Dion, and basically you're putting me in kind of a bind, so I had to go bail her ass out, dude. I was out there till about I was out and about till like 9:37 at night that day, and like when I went to go pick her up, I picked her up at like 6:55, and we got to her car because her car was just on the side of the road somewhere. But we got to her car, and just like for an hour and a half, she's sitting there talking to me, and like, cause she's worried that I've told somebody she's trans. I'm like, dude, like, I told her like I ain't talked about it with nobody, but pretty much everybody at the job knows she's trans. Like, dude, it's, I mean, for real, it's just like everybody found out on their own because, be real with you, bro, you still look like a dude.
Them hands, man. Them hands. No matter lotion you put on her, the makeup, man, you got man hands.
I mean, the thing about it is like that would be the case, but like I can definitely tell because like I've gotten like Chris told me about work that he's gotten from like her previous jobs, and she just like has a bad attitude all around. You know what I mean? Um, and like yeah, I mean, she shows up and does her job, but it's like I really wish that she would stop trying to question me. Like I feel like she's trying to figure out if I've talked about it with anybody else. Try to like get like a whole lawsuit thing because apparently she's done lawsuits at other jobs, and I can't help but just think is she just trying to catch me sleeping up so she can give me a lawsuit or some shit. And I was like, dude,
Yeah.
like even Hexer agrees. You know what I mean? That she's trying to do that shit. Not to mention she got an attitude with Hexer just because like apparently she's getting offended that he isn't stopping to say hello to her. Um, and like I'm like, she's go like, well, I just think that he's just being, rude about it. I was like, it could just be that he's just doing his job and focusing on his job. And it's like, well, I'm just saying, I know that you're best friends with him and all, but I'm just saying you might not know every side of him. Like you might not have experience when he's had attitude with other people. I'm just like, bro, I've been best friends with this nigga for like 5, 6 years now. I know this nigga.
If I have an attitude,
Exactly.
I won't. If I really didn't like you, I wouldn't acknowledge your existence. I occasionally wave at her. That's the problem. I wave her, finish
Like,
my be my route, and then I leave.
yeah. Sorry, both y'all. Sorry, both y'all are talking at the same time. He's in a party with me right now. Well, what were you saying? You said it was a dude named Justin. Hmm. Oh, are you tell? Oh, what? He's trying to get a job at his? Well, there's a couple of things changed since then. For one, Brad tells me I can't hire anybody else who doesn't have a guard card already. And on top of that, I'm literally about to fill out. I mean, I might be letting go of Mr. Broom soon, because dude, literally, so like when I'm coming back home from picking up Miss Jailbird and all that crap, right? Um, dude, no, so my I think he fucked up like one of the tires on the Lincoln because it had like a flat. Because my buddy
No, he
Don,
fucked up the seat.
no, just hold on a second, Hexer, because the reason why I'm saying that he fucked up the Lincoln too was because he told me that morning when the flat happened at night when Don was driving that he had a low tire pressure on just one tire. So I'm thinking this nigga like ran over a nail or something like that. or he probably hit a curb because it was a side breach. Like remember, because Hexer, we tried to fill it up and it wasn't taking air, and
Yeah,
and I think he hit like a curb or something, and it caused a side breach because it wouldn't take any air. So I told Don Terrio, he's one of my other friends, but he's one of the other rovers. I told him, look, just get in the Jeep. By the way, we just got the Jeep fixed last week, right? All new calipers, brakes, all that stuff. So I tell everybody, I was like, hey, look, the Lincoln's out of service. Everybody who's a rover just use the Jeep. So literally the next morning, I get a call from Mr. Broom. Hey, I got into an accident. Yes. Like at first it didn't seem too bad because like there's no dents in the Jeep. It ran fine. But when we got it back to Pleasant Hill after everything was said and done, dude, like the friggin' driver's side front tire, like the rim is coming out of the tire, and it's saying overturn on like the thing. So I'm just like, are you like we just got it fixed, like the week before last, and it was in service for not even 12 hours, and this motherfucker wrecked it. Like, yeah, he scraped a car. Like he was driving on the wrong side of the road, and a home chick. It was I ain't gonna lie, it was a cute little Asian black chick there, right? Turns out Hexer had been coworkers with them before too, and I was like, well, ain't that just something?
the Asian chick is my close friend.
But basically, luckily all that happened was just like, it's just a little scrape on the bumper or whatever. But there's still going to be insurance claim that Mr. Brad's take out is going to raise his insurance rates. Um, and I was ready to fire him right then and there. But Mr. Brad's just like, look, just keep him on. He can't be a rover anymore. I was like, fine, whatever. But it didn't change my decision on me firing Mr. Seals because like I'm just sick of dealing with him. So, anyways, I mean, honestly, I could have Mr. Berman replaced like by next week, honestly, because Don has someone that's coming in. I got somebody else named Letitia Williams who's coming in Wednesday to fill out paperwork. She's going to be taking over the part-time position. Hey Hex, are you at the gate entry yet, bro?
I'm going to go into the first underpass. Wait, you said don't take that. Let me grab this map real quick.
I got you. Like I would hire him on. Like honestly, I wish I would have. I wish I would have gotten. Oh, never mind then. I got enough. It's like, because I'm gonna be real with you, just like, I don't need another Nathan. Like, and you know what's so funny? Like, he got into an altercation with Dion, like, maybe a couple weeks ago. And he thinks he's getting fired because of that. I'm like, dude, I sent him a whole text. I said, look, you got multiple complaints from Phoenix for not doing your job right, or, like, he'll, like, close the black gates at, like, friggin' 3 o'clock. Exactly. And I'm just like looking at this fool. I'm just like, dude, I've literally given you instruction or time after time again not to close these gates. And they ended up switching out. They said we got to close them at 6, and I was like, okay, we close them at 6. But he's closed them in like 4 o'clock, and then I get complaints from Phoenix about it. And then on top of that, that day you got into that altercation, or you got into that like altercation with Dion, was basically Dion trying to help him out, but he got mad at Dion and was like, I know what I'm fucking doing and shit. But he's got 8 trucks backed up to like he's got 8 trucks backed up to the friggin' road because even though he's trying to check them in, which he's doing the paperwork wrong, he never got a hang of the paperwork. He's not letting them through. Like he's trying to sign them in, but he's not letting them through And he tries to blame Logan. He's going to try to blame and say, "Oh well, Logan wasn't answering his phone." You still let the trucks through. You let them through, and you let them park, and then you wait until you can get a hold of Logan, and then he'll give you a truck number or a drawer number, and then you'll call them back. That's the whole point of the paperwork, so you can do all these things. And that's another thing. This man go like, "I don't do that texting." It's like, bruh, like it's it's literally in the job that you'll have to text. I don't do that texting. When we got the new SOPs, I told them, look, everybody's got to read this. Oh, I ain't gonna read that. Like, bro, you're literally just being like, yeah, we finally got some post orders and stuff. I mean, it's kind of fuck all, but like Phoenix gave us really crappy ones, but we had the Hiss ones, and the Hiss are very detailed and such. But basically, he refused to comply when it came to things that I told him was necessary for the job. When I told him to read the new SOPs, I ain't gonna do that. Just tell me about it. No, you need to read them because they have details in it. Because what if I forget to tell you something? Then you call me and ask it. You need to read the SOPs. Everybody else at the job is taking the time to read the SOPs. As lengthy as they are, they've taken the time to do it. Miss Nika has done it over at PA1 location. Dion's done it like a couple times whenever he comes over to like we'll have lunch sometimes. Even Don's read them. Miss Hood, Mr. Hood's read them. Everybody else has read them, but you. Everybody else is okay with text messaging, except you. Everybody else knows how to do their job, except you. And on top of all this, you got a bad attitude and you're trying to start fights with coworkers and trying to start fights with me. Like, you calling me on the phone, yelling and cussing, because I told you, because, like, he started trying to question me as a supervisor. He was going like, look, are you the supervisor or not? Because you don't know. Cause he called me one day trying to ask who's the contact information if he needs to put it on some legal work. And I told him I'm the contact, and the guard check is our point of office contact. But let me just call to confirm and make sure that you put me down. And he's like, ain't you the supervisor? Ain't you supposed to know this? I'm like, first off, bro. And then, like, whenever it came to Dion, when it came to altercation with Dion, he said, is Dion new supervisor or something? So I'm like, twice now you've questioned. You said what? Man, for real, like, Dion knows how to do the PA1 location, he knows how to run the guard check, he knows how to do Rover. Like, you over here trying to compare yourself to a worker who does 10 times as much as you. And he wants to get mad because he's thinking that I'm trying to fire him. It's like, no, I'm not firing you because you got that altercation with Dion. I'm firing you because this crap's been piling up and I'm giving you chance after chance after chance. And you still can't get it through your head to do something different. You still don't want to compromise. You asking me to make all these compromises. And you can't do the same. So, he wanted to hang up and be like, oh, I'm at church. You ain't talking about nothing. I was like, okay. Well, I'm just going to text you exactly the reason why. Because he wanted me to explain. He didn't want to listen. So I texted him the reason why. He getting fired. And he goes like, God going to get you. It's going to come back around. I know people like your type. It's like, people who give you chance after chance and try to reteach you and try to keep you on a job despite the complaints from Phoenix. Like, literally, Phoenix said they wanted someone different in the guard check during those hours. So that means either fire you or switch you to another shift. And he already said he doesn't want to work night shifts, so what is he going to work? I would have to fire him at that point. Exactly. Like, exactly. And it's the easiest shift out of all of them. Because here's the thing. I've worked the 3 to 11 shift a couple times because he hasn't come in. Oh, that's another thing. This thing's always calling on. I've worked the 3 to 11 shift. There's literally like maybe nothing but JetX drivers that come through. You're not even checking in drivers overnight because drivers who are checking in overnight, guess what? They come on third shift. So you're not even checking in trucks to make deliveries for the next day. You're checking in JetX trucks, and you don't even have to take down their personal information. You just need to get down on stuff that's on the first sheet. And then another thing, I go back on cameras, and he's spending more time outside in his car talking on the phone than he is in the guard shack. Chris literally came up one time. Chris, our boss, of all people, and caught him in his car talking on the phone while he's just sitting there waiting at the gate, waiting for Mr. Seals to come open the gate. He had to honk his horn to get Mr. Seals to get him out of his car, to come back in the guard shack and open up the gate. You know how embarrassing that is? And that's the thing. I tell everybody whenever Chris and them are coming down, like they have a meeting coming up next this week, and I told everybody, hey, look, everybody be on your best behavior because big uppers are coming down. And and you know what's funny? Chris one time was in the guard shack when Nathan first started training here, right? He was in the guard shack with me and Mr. Nathan. We were talking about basically the new schedules and such like that, and this nigga fell asleep right next to Chris. I had to literally wake this nigga up before Chris noticed. Just just a body to fill at this point, honestly. But now I found somebody who's probably going to be a better candidate. Well, I know someone who's going to be a better candidate. Miss Hood's going to be taking over his position. I know she's a way better candidate for it. And her husband's going to be taking over the third shift position, which she was working before. So I know I've got two better people that are going to be on second and third shift. The only thing that's iffy is now I got to get somebody to cover, the part-time position, which I already have somebody in mind. And Mr. Broom, I'm probably just going to, find somebody to replace him if I can. But my whole thing is this is just even when it comes to even my friend Don, my friend Don, he's getting his friend is supposed to be coming in to take the part-time position. But I told him straight up, it's look, if I found somebody else before then, I gotta fill out these positions as quickly as possible. So it's cool that you got your friend coming in, but they need to get their guard card, and he scheduled it with his friend. But I'm if this other girl comes in and she's ready to work before his friend is, it's out of my hands. I got to get it covered. And Don's one of my closest friends too. But he knows that when it comes to my job, I'm simply doing what's best for the company. I'm doing what's best for all of us. Because here's the thing: if there's too much overtime that's going to be listed, then Brad's going to come down here and start asking questions. And if he starts asking questions, there's going to be a couple of people that's going to be going home with their last check. So, every single thing that I do just to make sure that the client's happy, Brad's happy, and that everybody here is happy. I mean, hell, when it came down to making new schedules, I called each and every individual person to let them know what the new schedule was looking like. I even told them about how we might be switching over to a 4-day schedule, and I made sure it was cool with everybody how the schedule worked. Yeah, 410s. Well, I mean, it's gonna be 410s for some folks, but what's gonna happen is some people are gonna work 12s, and they'll get their last four throughout the week. Like they'll come in 2 to 6 or 3 to 7. And I'm just it just comes down to this. I'm just look, I'm literally doing everything I can, everything that's best for me, and when it comes down to it, I'm only having one problem. Yeah, Mr. Broom fucked up last week and stuff like that, and it's gonna be a bitch having to deal with that Jeep now. But we still got the Lincoln, so we're not totally screwed. You said what, bro? It was just a tire that was messed up on it. So we just put the spare on there and it runs fine. But whenever Krista comes down, we'll get a new tire for it. Are you over here yet, bro? I'm over here at this campsite waiting on you. I'm at the site of Grace. Okay, let me Alright, hold on a second. Let's put on a code. Where's the multiplayer function? Uh, I mean, do you got a PS5, bro? Or oh, well, it is crossplay, ain't it? bro, you should totally get it. Like, I love my PS5, bro. Oh no, I was gonna make the password Pepe. Yep, capital P E, capital P, lowercase E P E, Pepe. But yeah, I mean, shit, you know. I mean, I'm not gonna be on very much longer just because I have to go out to my Aunt Tiffany thing today, um, with my father, because they're doing something for my grandmother. You know, my grandmother, she passed a couple weeks back, so they're doing a thing for her right now. So if you do hop on the Elden Ring, it'll probably be later when I rejoin y'all. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and pop the finger remedy, bro. You already changed your password to Pepe? Alright, now put down your son, bro. Where'd you put it? It's not popping up yet. Yeah, I'm right next to the side of Grace. I don't see it. Stuff's set, right? You set your stuff to Pepe, right? Okay. Yeah, try to rewrite it. You said what, bro? See, I thought that too, but Terrence got that wrong. They said that if you have an armed license, then you don't need to get an unarmed license too for an unarmed position. Because some states have it to where if you want to work an unarmed or armed position, you have to have both licenses. Actually, Mississippi, I think they don't even have like. They actually said that you don't have to have a license now because, um, you know, Charles he couldn't get a license because he had a felony, but he's going to the Byhalia location. He hasn't gone out there yet. They're still working on getting him out there, but you know, it's nowhere. Like they took him out of the system and all that stuff, but I thought they fired him all the way, but apparently they contacted him back because he called me the other day. Yeah, bro, let's go kick this motherfucker's ass. But Black Prior, yes. I'm summoning Rogier as well. You like my feet, bro? Miyazaki really designed these toes, bro. Let's kill this guy now. Honestly, I'm kind of mad that the man can't work over here. God dang, man. Friggin', dude, I swear to God. I mean, not only that, he would come in, he would cover shifts too, dude. Like, he would call him at the end of the night because somebody took his shit. Bring it. Dion, no. Dude, we're doing fuck all this. Yeah, Mr. and Mrs. Hood, I didn't think they was good because I thought, you know, like she was kind of hood rich, you know what I mean? You know how it is, I'm working with hood. Yeah, she shows up and she actually knows how to do her job. You know, and even with the tranny, yeah, she questions too much, but at the same time, you know, I'd rather have someone who's very competent and just questions too much and I can just simply deny, versus someone who literally like goes out their ways and make everything a problem. They complain about the entire job every single day. Because that's all Mr. Seals did. And then he would constantly like start fights with like the truck drivers. I'm like, dude, like come on. I swear. Like, I literally had to come out there the first time he did because he was just being stupid. And I had to straighten out the truck driver. You know, I was going, oh, you know, sometimes the truck drivers would be assholes. But he was literally calling me, like, almost every other day. Like, once, at least once every 2 to 3 days. Exactly. And he's, like, harassing them. And I'm getting calls from brokers and such about it. Exactly. Bro, I'm popping my remedy if you want to go ahead and put your summon sign down again. We'll go in two people this time because Rajier, I think because we had 3 people, we were doing like very little damage to him. Then again, I do need to level this character up because I've done like no side dungeons. I've just gone straight to market. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, because like we were doing fuck all damage because it's like 3 of us. I summoned that NPC, and I had Dion too, so it's just like we were doing like no damage. Like I only managed to get his health down to like half when I was just by myself. Honestly, I'm just playing so I can finally beat it because I still have yet to beat this game. Mm. Jesus. I just, believe it or not, I just hopped back on today after probably been like a week. Nah, dude, I've been playing nothing but like Death Stranding. I never thought being a UPS delivery man was so fun. That's basically all I am. I'm just running around delivering packages, fighting BTs, and might as well just be like a delivery driver in Memphis. Right? But instead of BTs and mules, instead of fighting ghetto people who were trying to rob me for packages I have. Ah! Damn, Margaret, chill. I seen that. I seen that sale on Amazon TVs that you got in there. Alright, so like I'll get his attention and then you get his attention. Let's go back and forth. Get him, bro. Get him. I don't think so. There's a guy that they usually go to training, but it ain't Terrence. Dion's already done class. Warrior blood must truly run in thy veins. Don's still trying to get his. He's supposed to be getting his. Don't die, Hexer. Oh. I love how I told Hexer don't die and then I killed the fucking. Bro, literally. Bro, I think we might have to like upgrade our characters and come back and we can do more damage. Yeah, because I've got like I've started the game off as a rich, so it's like I got 10 across the board. But like, dude, having 10 across the board, like, sure you're balancing, kind of have a head start on all this stuff. Because honestly, like, the rich is the best class for creating like your own build and such. But man, dude, it's so freaking hard trying to like get it started because you just don't have anything. Like, I'm literally going into this fight. I have a helmet, a chest piece, and arms, but I ain't got no pants. I mean, I mean, I can just, go to these little small dungeons. I mean, even the small dungeons as a rich is kind of hard because you just don't have any like clothing to protect you. But oh, what time is it? Oh, damn, it's 12:39. I probably have to go ahead and get up and start getting ready. But yeah, I literally just said that right before you walked in. What, Death Stranding? Yeah, it is fun. I don't know why it's so fun though. It's just uh hmm. But yeah, my dad just told me I gotta go ahead and start getting ready to go to this thing. So, yes, I gotcha. Oh, what? You just doing it for shits and giggles, or you doing it with some family? Oh, I didn't know that they were coming out with another Conjuring movie. I'm kind of skeptical just because like